Hello, everyone. This is a little update on the how I made the Engineer in Sixes video. This is a lot more exciting. This blew up way more than I was expecting, which is awesome. My favorite part about it, everything has been responding to all the comments, which is great because, you know, I the comments are the best part. I love talking about TF2. So anyway, so this video, it took a long time to make. I originally was going to have this as one huge video, which was going to be like a how-to video and the story video in one. It just wasn't working. I went through it was like 13 or 14 script revisions before I just decided to split it in half and do it like this. And so, shout out to Uncle Dane for helping me out with that. So this video is actually relatively simple because this isn't like a weapon review video or anything like that. So most of the stuff was either stuff I had already pre-made. So like over here, you can see these green screens over here. So this I will get to in a minute. However, any like weapon rotations or anything like that, most of the SFM work I had already done. So this was the only thing that was new. And I can get to this if you would like. Actually, I'm going to do that, but it'll be closer to the end. So let's just go to the beginning of the video here. So as you can see here, so this bottom track is just music. So I'm just going to leave that muted. And then that is just my audio track right there. So I will mute that as well. So if I get over here, so there isn't anything really to note yet. Just a little transition going to the audio of adding in music. And so, I have always been a fan of those. Uncle Dane is pretty notorious for doing it, and so is Funk. I always like them doing it. I feel like I haven't done it incredibly well yet, but, maybe we'll get there. Over here, this footage right here that you're seeing right here is just from the RGL stream. So you can see the rgl.gg on the bottom left and the little whitelist.tf on the bottom right. It's just from the Twitch stream. That's it. And then over here, this actually, some of you have probably already seen this, where I was talking about the problems about competitive TF2. And this is actually the same little graphic or same animation, just on a different map. Before I had it on Gully Wash. Now it's just on Snakewater, and I changed the cosmetics. So this is Grape Juice, my mentor. If any of you are familiar with competitive TF2, he is a invite level roamer, and he's on the 3rd or 4th best team in invite right now. Their team name is the Covenant. He's a very good guy. He makes YouTube videos as well. This is just my current scout loadout. That's just generic my killer's kit, but that's pretty much it. And then there's Scary Broccoli, who was the demo for our season, and then I have that was either trucks and or the micro cheese, depending on the night, but typically that was just trucks. And down here is just little sound effects. So I have like this little pop sound, and then my little because I have like different ways they come in. So like this is a fade in, so I just did like the boo from from Super Mario 64. A little transition here. So let's see here. Let me keep going along. So this is also just from the RGL stream. This is my old video. So this is an SFM as well. So actually, if you were a very keen-eyed viewer, you would actually watch JJ over here reset his gun over and over. See right there. See that? So SFM doesn't do loops very well. So like it'll have looped stuff, but it might not loop into itself, or it'll be like the specific animation that plays on like the loadout screen. Like Broccoli over here does this, right? And then as soon as that ends, this is the idle animation. So I had to render this separately. So if I pull this up and then like pull this backwards, or maybe the other way. Oh, maybe I did this perfectly. Either way. But you get the point. So some of these do go over, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so like that one. So like I cut that off so that we would line up better. You get the point. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember. There is a goalie play that is really good from Burke that's in here. Burke, I feel bad because I think Burke was the only player I ended up animating separately. besides everyone. I should have animated fresh, and I feel bad for not doing that, and I should have. Anyway, so let's keep going here. Oh, if you're wondering down here, so these little things, all these little white things in between clips, these are just transitions. So you can get these from over here if you're editing in DaVinci Resolve, the video transitions or the audio transitions. In audio, for me, if you ever heard like the audio go like relatively nice and it goes like down, it's because I was using the crossfade transition within an audio clip. So like down here, you can see that this in this, like you have Final Destination, right? These are the exact same clip actually. So I literally just put a blade tool, like, you know, clicked it, separated it, and then put a crossfade. And then, so say I wanted this is -25, and then this is -35. I just wanted it to start like strong, like right here, and then fade into, you know, that. You get the point. Let's see here. Anything else going on here? Oh, this is just me. If you go in game, in TF2, you can go ahead and remove your, like, once you get in to a server, just type in like, here, I'll just do this right here. Like, you'll type in MP_tournament1, and then that'll like disable the timer. And then you can just put in SV Cheats 1. And then after that, just go ahead and disable both your HUD and your like weapon model, and then you can just look at a map or whatever. And that's what I did there. Oh, I guess I should mention, for all these transitional things, these are like actual games that are being played right here. So like this, like the bagel intro. So I can extend this out, and you can see like I'm actually, like, there's a scout right there. What I'm doing right now is I'm in a demo file, and I went ahead and I found like a good spot for what would be a little transitional thing. Like, and then so like over here you can see me moving around a bit, but then see my team's rolling out, we're fighting, and then I'm recommitting, I put down my gun, and then I go and I'm shooting, I think, like the demo man or something. So, but yeah, all this is if I go ahead and all I did here was just added a Gaussian blur. So if I turn that off, look, it's just normal TF2. So yeah. This is also just from a demo as well right here. This is just literally a like green screened YouTube MLG clip. I got this for my Frag movie, and I figured I would reuse it just because I didn't have any like visual aids for a long time here. So I was like, okay, I got to add something. And then I did that. But which is kind of an issue I had with this video. One of the big things is, for me, you'll see here that there are a lot of example clips, but they are in the main video 1 timeline. So like I might talk about something, and as I'm talking about it, I'm literally doing it on the screen. So when I do a video, one thing I will do is, which you can't see here because they've all been deleted, is that I will go through and I will script out the whole video, and I'll put the audio onto the timeline, and then I will re-listen to the entire video, and then I'll put like something over here, right? And I'll be like, oh, say I need to put an example of something. I'll be like, insert engineer sack, you know, or something like that. And then after I add it down there into the timeline, or like I'll keep it there until like I'm relatively far into the video, because I might find or get another better like example. Or something along those lines, and then after it's done and inserted, I will remove that clip and that little text note to myself. So all of them are gone now because they aren't really needed, but you get my point. So let's see here. Anything noticeable? Oh, this is a map that you guys have likely never seen. This is CP Mist, which might be a good pub map, but a very bad Sixes map, unfortunately. A little 5CP for Uncle Topia, little couple notes, trying to think of anything that's notable here. This is from I-69. I could not find a single anything from Snakewater, from the Grand Finals match of I-69. I don't know why, but like it's just gone completely. but I will say that it was some of the worst TF2 I have ever watched in my entire life. It was so bad. Um, yeah, I'm not. I wasn't super interested in watching European TF2 before, but I'm definitely not anymore. After that, watching them not push out a three-man sack is really disappointing. So right here, this transition, all it is a paint on transition, which you can actually find over here. But I found that I really like if I go over here to oh, I've bought some transitions as well and things like that. But besides, so if I go to fusion transitions, it's just right here, the paint on. So for me, I just like to add sound effects to transitions. I think that adds a lot to anything that's done, especially transitions. So I just did a little pencil sketch thing here, and it was just a free sound effect online, and I was like, oh, cool. Let's see here. Oh, I added some. I think I changed like the pitch. Yeah, there you go. So anything else? Little picture. I think there isn't anything too crazy I did in this video. Most of this was just the hard work. It was just the season rather than the anything else. Okay, so I can just explain this actually. So if I go ahead and remove this 3D gear. So both of these, this one and this one, are in the SFM green screen room. You can get it on the workshop. So all I've done here is, for a lot of the animations in TF2, are like a lot of the sequences that you can get are loopable and loop pretty well. So like this one right here is actually the demo man losing animation. As you can kind of see by his arm right there, if he loses, he actually puts both of his arms down. So what I did was I connected a different animation to his other arm and like his upper bones right here, and then just kind of put it together, and it looks passable. So over here, this was actually a huge pain for me because for some reason SFM didn't. So you can actually have SFM auto create like mouth movement for you. It's generally pretty bad. However, I'm not an animator, so like it's fine. But trying to get switch the clip like audio, like the waveform from like 48,000 to like it was like 44,100. That for some reason didn't work, even though it's supposed to, and so I had to put it down to like 22,000. It was, yeah. Besides the point. Let's see here. I'm trying to see anything else that is notable. Little transitions. Oh yeah, this was the match that that Froyotech played. It was Global Clan Ice on Clearcut, and Jay ran full-time engineer literally the entire game, and they won 4-0. I could not find this match. Before nowadays, teams are required to put their logs and demo files, or wherever they're hosted, onto their match pages in RGL. Back in the day, this wasn't a thing yet, or hadn't been enforced yet. So, and there were certain teams that were notorious for not uploading the demos. Froyotech was one of them. Well, most teams, a lot of teams didn't. It's just Froyotech, being the number one team, are going to be the people who get the most complaints about it. So... Oh yeah, I should fix this before I forget. Yep. And cool. And so, but yeah, you get the point. So this, I actually asked Benny if he had the demo file for this. And he said he'd get back to me, but I didn't hear back from him. And I was relatively close to releasing the video, so I just figured I'd just put that little note down there. Because the log exists. It's just the demo file I cannot find anywhere. Let's see here. Oh yeah, some of these is just me like going around the map and explaining stuff. But let's continue here. I don't think there's anything super notable. These are all also just demo files right here. Me going into a demo, grabbing, this is the match, by the way. Or it's either the match or like one of the scrims we played, but I think all of these are the match. So like this is us losing I think it was the third or fourth round. Like And then this right here, I think, is us actually winning the game. Or is it this? Yeah, that was at us. This was our game-winning like last push to guarantee that we made it into playoffs. So, but yeah, I generally tried to do that the whole time. Was like if I was talking about something, I would put that on the screen. The only exception is that I actually have like, it's like if I go to Bagel Week, I have like footage of the other team rage quitting, but I have decided not to put any of that stuff in, just because I didn't want the other team to get harassed, for obvious reasons. Same thing with, yeah, you get the point. So if I get over here, all this is right here is, if I remember correctly, I think I do a little, oh, what is this? Yeah, an adjustment. Oh yeah, just a little zoom thing. This is where it goes into like looking down there at the panic attack is legal. So these are called adjustment clips. If you're not familiar with DaVinci Resolve, there's a few ways you could actually do the keyframes and do everything on the file itself right here. But you can also just put like, say I had literally anything under this, or actually here, let me do this. Let me copy this, assuming this does, and paste this, right? But this, now look, it's going to be over here too. I can take this and move it anywhere or do whatever. It's fantastic. And you can reuse a lot of things that way. And one of my key philosophies has been on the channel recently is like, I'm trying to save everything that I do, in like that edit, because if I save it and set it as like a preset or something, or put it into a file where I can copy paste it, it's going to save me a lot of time later, and you guys get better content, and everything is just more better, as Marcus Brownlee would say. More good edits and better edits, because I will make new things as time goes along as well. So these little weapon rotations, you've seen these already. This is from the last video on the Bison, and so at the very end of the video, you actually see the the Rescue Ranger rotate, as well as the Thompson. So this is the exact same animation, just for the Wrangler and the Short Circuit as well. So like this actually is one of the longer, like, see, it'll just keep going because it's a perfect loop. But yeah, I made that in SFM a while ago. It's just, again, the more better. So just reusing that, applying it to different weapons and stuff. So this right here in the video, as you can see here, this NR6's event is already over. Some of the people were noting that. That's because there's going to be another one. So yeah, little more adjustment clip. This is, I think, the only one that isn't a specific like screen, because I don't talk about round 2 for long. See here, this is a demo just from Highlander. This was one of the last games I played, on Vigil. I am that engineer right there, I think. Yeah, that's me. And that's Neil, and that's Ice Cube, I think. This is also from the last season I played Highlander. Prolander gameplay. Let's see here. Oh, this was a pain. Okay, so this is a perfect example of adjustment clips. So right here, you can see how everything like is slowly like revealing, getting like not black and white anymore. I can actually screw all that up. So watch this. So if I go ahead and decompose in place, right, if I could find, wait, right here, decompose in place, and using clips only. So now everything's black and white. But that's because this adjustment clip here is set up like that. So either way, if you needed more explanation, there are better people to explain it than me, but this is just how I did this part. So each one of these is a adjustment clip, and then up here on this fusion composition, I'm pretty sure either A, this is all of the little diagonal lines, or it is all the diagonal lines are within the clips themselves. So if I go ahead and open this on the fusion page, yep, this is just all of the lines. And then I went ahead and on these, okay, you know what? I'll go ahead and decompose this in place using clips only. So some of these didn't need to be redone, or there's only some things that it like maybe needed to be moved left or right. And that's pretty much it. So either way, so this is just from Highlander. Again, this is little, yeah, you get the point. Little title, more title. And I think that's it for the video. That's everything. Pretty short. Let me just go ahead and show you. So I have like visual presets and sound transitions. This is just, so like this is something I'm working on for RGL. So like as an example, so like as you can see here, like they're just glasses that walk across the screen, right? It's supposed to just be a transition. But if you look closely enough, some of these, I think when we get a second pyro, you'll see that they are going the same way. So like see that pyro, this pyro right here, and I think this pyro, or if I could find the right pyro. Yeah, so this is actually the exact same animation. All it is I'm just changing the cosmetics from, see, there and there. So like that is my pyro loadout, and this is Red Panda's loadout. So it's just more of like reusing things. That way it's just smartly reusing things, so that way like if you want to do something later, you can do it easily. And to be honest, 99% of people are not going to notice or are not going to care. So this is like my little write-on thing that I did for the last video, for the Bison video. Then this is the little pull-up thing that I did for the Bison video as well. There are a few others, but you get the point. Sound transitions. So like this is stuff that I did for RGL. This is the pencil on sound that you guys heard. If you watch the RGL call out videos, I edit those as well. Well, I edit all the VODs for RGL as well. But I also do the call out videos, and I used to do dispatch, etc., etc. But so if you could watch the one on product, I made this part, and so like I just copy pasted this and then just reused it basically. So you get the point. So I'm trying to think of anything that is specific that I should go over. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. If you have any other questions on how like I did something in one of my videos, feel free to leave a comment. Or it would be better if you commented on my main channel, because I can explain easier on there, and I relatively rarely sign into the secondary account. So either go ahead and leave a comment on, somewhere on my channel, either on my newest video right here or on like a community post would be fine. You can also go ahead and tweet me. I don't really use Twitter, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I probably sign in once every couple weeks. I don't really read Twitter either. I'm not much of a social media user. I just use like Snapchat to talk to friends, and that's it. No, I don't really use Reddit anymore or anything like that. And no Facebook, no Twitter, no Instagram, etc., etc. So if you tweet me on here, it might take a minute for me to get back to you, but I do check my channel Twitter like every once in a while. Like if I log in here, I'm like, okay, well, I might as well check in what's going on. And I've tweeted once in the past week, I guess now. But if this last retweet shows you how like often I get on, so it's not really my thing. But you can tweet me here. It might take a little bit longer to get to you, but I will try. If you have any questions, and then again, go ahead and you can also just leave a comment on my profile here, my main channel. I think I have it linked here. I do, yeah, on the homepage. Yeah, you can just click right here, and then you get the point. All right, have a good night, everyone. If you have any questions, let me know.